Hey there, guys. Currently, I'm at my grandma's house and stuff, and if you hear a noise, that's some cousins of mine. Anyway, let's just get into it. First up, we got Dante vs Bayonetta.
Let's use Creative Cloud Pro to design a postcard. Adobe Photoshop's new AI feature makes it fast and easy. I use the Remove tool to keep the focus on what matters. Then, dynamic text to give the title some personality.
Devil May Cry. I'm kind of leaning towards Clive winning.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices it right in front of you. The authentic Jersey way. You can't fake that. And look, you can...
This episode of Death Battle is brought to you by Angry Video Game Nerd 2, Assimilation. Pre-order on Steam right now to save 10% and get the soundtrack free. For some action heroes, it's not enough to just save the world.
They've got to look good doing it.
Dante, the Devil Hunter.
And Bayonetta, the Umbra Witch. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Take a walk down Slum Avenue and you'll find all sorts of hangouts for the scum of the underworld. The Bullseye Bar, a random strip club, and even a rundown service shop called Devil May Cry.
But the services they're selling aren't like washing your car or fixing your plumbing. Oh no! Long as you got the cash, this shop specializes in delivering demonic beat-downs. Who's crazy enough to try making a living this way, you ask? His name is Dante.
From the very beginning, Dante's life was always unusual. Born from the unholy union of a human mother and a demon father, Dante and his twin brother Vergil had their first supernatural encounter at the young age of 8.
Yeah. See, his demon dad was a badass who single-handedly conquered the underworld and imprisoned its demons.
Let me move, guys. The Chromebook is low on battery life.
Demon Emperor Mundus. But after Dad died, Mundus's minions felt brave enough to take some revenge by slaughtering his family, leaving Dante an orphan. Bummer. Hate it when that happens.
With his mother gone and his brother assumed dead, Dante was left with only one option: become the ultimate demon hunter and perpetuate the cycle of vengeance.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Yeah.
Despite the dangerous nature of his occupation, Dante always maintains a carefree spirit while dispatching devils of the underworld.
It's part of his charm. Hell, when you've got abilities like Dante's, why not be a little cocky? He's faster than the mortal eye can see, strong enough to grapple with the underworld's toughest demons, and straight up man enough to shake off being stabbed through the chest like every goddamn day.
Yeah.
That's thanks to his regenerative ability. In fact, all of that is made possible due to his demonic heritage, and made even more deadly by his plethora of weapons. His favorites being his dual pistols and enormous sword.
Like any proud weapon owner, he gives his tools of destruction pet names. His guns, Ebony and Ivory, specialize in long-range shots and rapid-fire barrages, respectively. These hand cannons are so powerful, they can each obliterate demons in a single shot.
I think that look suits you better.
Rebellion is a large magical sword given to him by his pops, which can cut any demon down to size in the blink of an eye. He's also got his brother's sword, Yamato, which can cut through dimensions.
Throughout his adventures, Dante also collected a wide assortment of additional weaponry called Devil Arms, physical manifestations of powerful demons he has defeated.
Remember Mega Man? It's that, but on steroids.
His armored Gilgamesh gauntlets increases striking power, letting him shatter huge monoliths with a lethal 1-inch punch.
With Lucifer, the backpack, not the devil, Dante basically throws infinite lightsabers. He's also got an electric guitar, which is literally electric. Ice-powered nunchucks, grenade launchers, shotguns, and I kid you not, a briefcase that can transform into 666 different weapons, ranging from a giant Beyblade to a flying turret gun. Where does he possibly possibly keep all this stuff?
Really, really deep pockets. Or perhaps it's one of his styles, abilities he's also acquired from defeating demon bosses. With Doppelganger style, he can duplicate himself. With Trickster style, he can teleport instantly. With Royal Guard style, he becomes a nigh-impervious dreadnought, and he can even slow down time with the Quicksilver style.
On the rare occasion Dante feels he needs to get serious, he enters the Devil Trigger, a transformation which taps into his demonic heritage to unleash his true devil form. Devil Trigger dramatically increases his strength, speed, and healing power, and he can fly!
Being so well armed, Dante is more than capable of handling entire hordes of demons on his own. Although this doesn't stop some of his allies from joining in from time to time. This includes Trish, a demon lady who occasionally fights alongside him, and happens to resemble his deceased mother. Talk about giving somebody an Oedipus complex.
Hey, if I may quote an old family saying, if she's not directly related, she's safe to be dated.
That explains a lot. Luckily, and quite surprisingly, that avenue was never explored. Thank God.
Dante is a walking, talking, feat-achieving machine. One time, after getting impaled by 4 demons at once, he pushed one so hard it exploded and dropped a ceiling fan on the other 3, all while eating a slice of pizza. Oh, and when their friend showed up, he challenged them to a game of billiards. He won.
Dante has run down the side of a building so fast he caught fire, similar to a spacecraft re-entering the atmosphere at approximately 17,000 miles per hour.
And he's even capable of taking out others just as overpowered as himself. Like his brother Vergil, who was not dead, but evil.
He stopped a colossal punch from this titanic monster without breaking a sweat, shrugged off bombardment by meteors, and eventually avenged his mother by defeating the demon lord Mundus. In space.
You may be asking yourself, can anything stop this guy? Yes, Dante does have a limit to how much punishment he can take, but if there's anything that could take him down, it's his own cocky attitude.
In the words of the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, there is no greater danger than underestimating your opponent.
I'm gonna have to disagree with old Lousy here. Pretty sure there's no greater danger than telling a woman those pants do in fact make her ass look fat. You bastard!
And jackpot.
Your connections to the past are waiting. Get Ancestry DNA for only $39.
From the angels of Paradiso to the demons of Inferno, there is a name feared by both the light and the dark, and her name is Bayonetta.
To any normal guy walking down the street, she may look like your average 7-foot-tall gargantuan Amazon woman with good fashion sense. But Bayonetta is actually one of the last Umbra Witches, a clan of mystics allied with demon kind.
Named Cereza upon birth, she spent her early life growing up an outcast due to her parents being from rival clans. Her father, a Lumen Sage, and her mother, an Umbra Witch.
See, the sages and witches had one rule to follow. Don't make babies with the opposite clan, because according to prophecy, it would bring on the destruction of the universe. So naturally, it was only a matter of time before somebody couldn't keep it in their pants. Pulling out works every time, but the last time.
You would know. With the pact now broken, war ensued between the two factions. In the end, only 2 witches survived, Cereza and her rival/future friend, Jean. Hoping to prevent the apocalypse, Jean used a special dagger to seal away Cereza's memories and put her into a 500-year-long coma.
When Cereza woke up from her epic power nap, she took on her new name, Bayonetta, and set out to find her lost memories. Luckily for her, she had just the right weapon for the job. Her hair!
As an Umbra Witch, not only does her hair serve as her clothing,
Which I'm having a really hard time deciding whether or not that's hot or just disgusting?
She can also use it to summon the demon Madama Butterfly to aid her in battle. This technique, the Wicked Weaves, creates portals for the giant demon to deliver devastating punches and kicks.
Bayonetta can also walk on walls and ceilings with Witch Walk, and even transform into animals to fly, run super fast, and dodge attacks.
But her most useful technique is Witch Time. By slowing down time itself, Bayonetta can dodge practically anything while unleashing a barrage of attacks.
Bayonetta is basically a tall, sexy armory. She wields gauntlets called Durga, which attack with fire and electricity, a huge sight that rots the souls of its victims, and a friggin' lightsaber called Pillow Talk. She has a bow that fires poison arrows, a chainsaw made of dragon scales, a massive hammer that can cause earthquakes with every strike, and even ice skates, which attack with ice, obviously.
But her most beloved weapons are her 4-pistol set called Love is Blue. Rather than swap between them like a normal person, she somehow manages to wield all of them at once by using not only her hands, but also her feet.
How does that work? Does she have, like, some kind of weird thumbs on her ankles or something? That would kind of detract from the hotness factor just a bit. Oh my god! She's covered in hair, and she uses her feet like hands. She's a monkey! Monkey witch!
This is awkward.
I highly doubt that. She probably just uses some sort of magic. Speaking of magic, when Bayonetta wants to unleash her full potential, she triggers her Umbran Climax, which increases her strength and lets her summon Madama Butterfly's full unrestrained power. When fully unleashed, Madama Butterfly can shatter huge meteors by headbutting them.
Climax. By herself, Bayonetta has pulled off some impressive feats. She's strong enough to kick military jets into the air, headbutt skyscrapers across the city, and even throw satellites with her legs in outer space. Oh, by the way, she can survive outer space.
Using Witch Time, she was able to defeat this thing in only a matter of real-time seconds. Even without Witch Time, her reaction speed is astronomical. For example, when a Lumen Sage stopped time to position newly fired bullets about 3 feet behind her, she managed to not only turn and identify the incoming threat, but also dodge all 16 of them. Considering regular bullets travel around 2,500 feet per second, she must have pulled all that off in less than 1,000th of a second.
And then there's that one time when she killed God. You know, by scissoring her hair with guns and punching the creator's soul across the entire solar system into the sun?
Okay, obviously Bayonetta's feats and abilities are absolutely ridiculous, but she is sometimes rather inconsistent.
Despite her reaction time, she's been caught off guard by enemies ranging from a half-god called Lobster, or something like that, and even a plant monster that managed to grab her out of the air.
But regardless of whatever weaknesses she may have, Bayonetta's achieved more than anyone could possibly imagine despite being 100% human.
Wait, she is human? Dibs.
All right, let's dance, baby.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, we made another video game, and it sure would be swell if you buy it. The nerd is back for an all-new adventure. Crush your enemies. Navigate new puzzles. Fucking helicopters. Giant fucking alligators. Fast fucking race cars. Fucking flaming tanuki balls. And lots more shit. Coming March 29th to PC and Mac. Pre-order now on Steam and get 10% off and the soundtrack free. But right now, it's time for a death battle!
In Albion, no matter where you go or what you do, your mount will accompany you on your journey. Perhaps you'll pick the ox, a merchant's best.
Another wandering lost soul, I see.
Whoa. Lost? Nah. I'm looking for something called a left eye. Care to give me a hand? Could be fun.
I see. But if you're looking for the left eye, that would either make you an angel.
Well, gotta check something, guys. Yep, this is not like that all the time. Back to the video, guys.
Or a demon. Get back! Take this! Shoot slow. Take this! What a disappointing finish.
That all you got, sister?
Looks like you're more of a man than I thought.
Come on!
No touching. What?
Haven't used this in a while. Still got it. In the money. Jackpot.
You're a naughty boy hitting a girl like that. You need to be taught a lesson.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
If you like that, you're gonna love this.
Phew! Your breath stinks!
This is where we part ways, love.
After you.
Dante!
Come on, Trish. You missed.
Oh, don't be a baby. Let's finish her off. Jean?
Cereza, having some guy trouble?
Not to worry. I've got this one handled.
Wait, we're getting paid for this one, right?
Come on.
What's going on here?
This is gonna hurt! Bye-bye!
What's wrong? Can't keep up?
So close.
get that outfit? A thrift store? You're one to talk. That color looks terrible on you. Bitch!
Trish, wait!
Best pay attention, boy. Pretty or not, don't fuck with a witch.
What's doppelganger there?
No, that's not possible.
The full tongue, ¿cómo se la ves? Ajá, ahorita. Esa la trae, uy, the full tongue, ¿cómo se la ves?
Not possible.
One blow time.
Bullseye.
Goodbye, Bayonetta.
How come I never meet any nice girls?
And anywhere.
KO! Worst date ever.
Yeah, they even lost their friends. I think. What happened to Trish and John? Are they still fighting?
Well, I'll show you how I think it went down in my new show, DBX.
Wait, what? Did you actually do analysis on your own?
Hell no. I'm just gonna make them fight.
You would. In what actually matters, it's true that Bayonetta's satellite-throwing feat trumps any and all of Dante's physical displays of strength. However, Dante edges out in every other category.
His arsenal matched and exceeded Bayonetta's blow for blow. Hell, even a giant demon like Madama Butterfly is nothing new to this demon slayer for hire. But most of all, Bayonetta didn't have many ways to actually kill him. I mean, the dude shrugs off mortal wounds every day like they were nothing more than bug bites. Both could take a bullet, but unlike Dante, when Bayonetta's stabbed, it hurts. That's why avoiding attacks was her specialty.
But she could only dodge for so long against somebody like Dante. Early in their careers, Dante and Vergil obliterated each and every raindrop within a 12-foot radius, briefly creating a completely open space in a rainstorm. Up to 30 raindrops can occupy a cubic foot on average, meaning they destroyed 108,000 raindrops in less than a second, without any extra abilities or styles. Even with Bayonetta's absurd reaction speed, Dante striking so much space in so little time far outclasses anything she has ever had to avoid.
Even when she tried avoiding him with Witch Time, Dante's Quicksilver evened the playing field, basically making it useless.
It was just a matter of time before Bayonetta suffered the fatal blow.
Well, you know what they say, hair today, gone tomorrow.
The winner is Dante.
Next time on Death Battle.
Was it Dante with No, Dante with sephiroth.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick.
I'm Ben, I play Wiz, and thank you for joining us for the premiere of Season 3. We've got a ton of awesome episodes planned for the rest of the season, the rest of the year. Thank you for joining us.
And thank you so much to Angry Video Game Nerd 2 Assimilation. It's actually our game who sponsored the episode, so it would really mean a lot if you click a link in the description and check out the game. If you dig it, you can pre-order it right now, get 10% off and a free soundtrack.
And speaking of links, click that link right there to check out our new show, DBX. It's kind of like Death Battle with fights and everything, but there's no rules, no analysis, only bloodshed. And this time, you get to find out what happened to Trish and Jean. Or for more shameless promotion, we have t-shirts. Look, they're sexy. We wear them. Oh, yes. You can buy them by clicking the merchandise link. If you're an RT sponsor, you save 5%. Be sure to follow us on social media to find out who Bowser is going to be fighting. We had a lot to say. Yeah, we do. See you guys in the next one.
Hi, Ellie here, using Creative Cloud Pro and Adobe Firefly to elevate.
The great philosopher Plato once said, "The measure of a man is what he does with power."
But to these guys, power is the measure of a man.
Sephiroth, the fearsome one-winged angel of Final Fantasy.
And Vergil, the half-demon son of Sparta from Devil May Cry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Through the millennia, legends were passed of a source of unlimited energy, the Promised Land. Unfortunately, all hope of finding this sacred ground had been lost. Until the Shinra Electric Power Company excavated the remains of a being believed to hail from the very land they sought.
They called this weird naked purple lady Genova and thought that if they could bring her back to life, she could help them find the Promised Land. But apparently, they just didn't have any Phoenix Downs.
If they couldn't resurrect a being who could lead them to the Promised Land, Shinra decided they would simply create their own. After many experiments infusing Genova's cells with those of a human's, they finally found their savior. His name was Sephiroth.
With hair like that, it's no wonder he was created in a lab. Look at how majestic that mane is.
According to Final Fantasy lore, Sephiroth has to use an entire bottle of shampoo and conditioner every single time he bathes.
Why do you know that? Did you join his fan club or something?
For research. But Shinra wasn't interested in Sephiroth for his hair. Instead, he was an essential part of their soldier program.
To do that.
Wait, this electric company has their own private military? I'd hate to miss a payment with those guys, especially if they sent Seph after me. I mean, look at the ridiculously long sword he keeps with him. That's his Masamune. This 7'2" behemoth of a blade is a lot like the Nodachi swords they used back in feudal Japan. But instead of wielding something long with two hands like those, Sephiroth only needs one.
Even that speaks nothing of his effectiveness as a warrior.
Yeah, you know when people spread legends of someone, they usually make him out to be even better than he really is? It's the total opposite with Sephiroth.
With his superhuman speed, strength, and durability, Sephiroth was instrumental in ensuring Shinra's victory in the Wutai War, conquering the last free nation on the planet. He returned home a legend.
But all those warm, fuzzy feelings of victory didn't last long. While on a mission to the town of Nibelheim, Sephiroth found a bunch of books on the Genova project. That's when he discovered he was a secret science project the whole time.
The truth crushed Sephiroth and drove him mad. In a rage, he annihilated Nibelheim, but was stopped by a mercenary named Cloud Strife. Sephiroth was impaled by the Buster Sword and fell to his death.
Oh, well, that's disappointing. Which is what I would have said if Sephiroth hadn't dropped into a hole in the ground that led him to the giant Windows screensaver called the Lifestream.
The Lifestream is a buried river of energy which basically maintains life across the planet. Normally, merging with the Lifestream is the equivalent of entering the afterlife, but not for Sephiroth.
And this is where things get weird, so buckle up. Still conscious, Sephiroth's essence floated through the Lifestream for years until he absorbed enough energy to rebuild his body. With the energy of the Lifestream, he could control other beings with Genova's cells.
Including the corpse of Genova, who he manipulated like a puppet and disguised as himself.
Oh, what the hell? That's his mom? Who would do that to their own mom? I mean, I know she's a genocidal alien monster, but come on! Probably makes a good breakfast.
But Sephiroth's descent into the Lifestream offered him even more. It transformed him from a mere super soldier into the most dangerous being on the planet. He's strong enough to throw a man hundreds of feet skyward, move at supersonic speeds, and withstand brutal stab wounds through vital organs.
He's got illusion powers that can trick people by creating an entirely fake scenario. He can lift people with his mind, including himself, and then he can just fly. So it worked, right?
Additionally, Sephiroth can cast magic thanks to his on-hand materia. Materia is crystallized life energy which grants different powers according to the type of materia used.
This lets Sephi attack with fire, lightning, ice, and earth-based magic. He can block attacks with barrier and reflect, and heal himself with cure and regen. And ever since jumping into the life stream, he's had unlimited access to his magical powers.
With his new godlike abilities, Sephiroth began a plan to stop mankind from drying up the planet's life force.
That doesn't sound so scary. Does that mean he's an environmentalist, or...?
But to do this, he decided to use black materia to summon a giant meteor to destroy the planet and absorb all of its life energy for himself.
So, like, an opposite environmentalist, a planet vampire. I mean, we're talking about a guy who kicked a dude through solid concrete, murdered the crap out of a 30-foot serpent with a spike through the face, and tanked a dragon's flamethrower attack without even getting a teensy bit hurt.
A particularly impressive feat considering this attack was capable of one-shotting fellow soldier Zack Fair.
Wiz, you may need to up your prescription, because that's definitely Cloud.
No, Cloud was just recalling false memories there. It was really Zack. However, it was Cloud who impaled Sephiroth pre-livestream with the Buster Sword.
And holy God, is it huge! It's like 2 feet wide! You'd think a stab from that thing would just cut him in half, but Seph just kind of shook it off.
And in his rematch with Cloud, he blocked an attack strong enough to crater the metal around him. Considering the diameter of the crater, the surface area of Sephiroth's feet, and assuming the most likely steel composition, I estimate this attack to equal nearly 1,600 tons of force.
Sephiroth can use that wicked sword to stab and lift wannabe heroes by their ribcage, slice through skyscrapers, and shoot energy beams that can shred these huge Mako cannons. And from the live stream, Sephi figured out he could create new bodies or even take on other forms.
These forms greatly resemble certain creatures found in Christian and Jewish mythology.
He certainly looks the part when he goes into his ultimate form.
Regardless, Sephiroth does possess a single black wing, a blatant symbol of his fall from grace.
So basically, Final Fantasy does everything it can to not be subtle. Just like Sephiroth's most devastating attack, Supernova, which decimates an entire solar system. Wait, if Seph is that powerful, how does anyone ever beat him?
Don't get the wrong idea here. There's a lot of debate over how Supernova actually works. But I think it's pretty clear that Sephiroth isn't creating the explosion himself. Rather, he's transporting his foes to a specific point in time within an alternate dimension.
Careful, Wiz, don't sell him short.
Just look at it. When he uses the attack, reality literally crumbles away like glass. This is identical to the animation for certain summoned creatures. According to the official Crisis Core Complete Guide, summons draw their targets into their own space in order to attack. And this is no different. In the Dissidia fighting games, Sephiroth goes for the civil approach and opens a dimensional hole to the explosion. The attack is even described as sending destruction even into other dimensions. And if he could summon planet-busting meteors at will, why did he go through so much trouble to get the black materia, which literally summons meteors?
That would explain why the supernova doesn't hurt him. He's not really there, just using those illusion powers of his. With all these powers, I can't believe Cloud and friends were able to take him down.
He's not invincible, but he's damn powerful. Ever persistent, Sephiroth departed with a final, chilling promise.
I will never be a memory.
Why does he sound so bored?
"2,000 years ago, a great mutiny transpired in the underworld. The demon warrior Sparta rebelled against his evil master, Mundus. To protect the world, Sparta did his best to seal the connection between Hell and Earth.
But then Sparta got lonely, or maybe it was just a sausage fest in there. Either way, he snuck out of hell long enough to knock up this chick named Eva, and she popped out a couple of awesome demon slayers. Nice choice.
You may remember the younger of the two, Dante.
Oh yeah, he fought that witch chick with the hair.
But the eldest and potentially deadliest brother was the one and only Vergil.
Vergil and Dante were rivals from birth. Dante was a goofball, Vergil was serious. Dante hated his being a demon, and Vergil loved it. It's that classic odd couple scenario.
But then one fateful day, in an act of vengeance against the late Sparta, a group of rogue demons separated the two brothers and killed their mother. Vergil was believed to be dead. But in reality, Vergil survived and set out on his own path to seek his father's immense power for himself.
And he's 100% equipped to be a butt-kicking demon slayer just like his pops. As a half-demon, Vergil can jump several times his own height, move at supersonic speeds, and heal himself quickly, kind of like that Wolverine guy. He can tough out getting stabbed through the lungs, intestines, the heart, body parts I'm pretty sure most people need.
Not if my experiment has anything to say about it.
You say something, Wiz?
I said not if Vergil's abilities have anything to say about it.
Well, sadly, for any human demon or human demon who gets in his way, Vergil also happens to carry some extra deadly weapons on hand, including a spiffy katana called Tomato.
Yamato.
It's said that this sword can cut through anything, even dimensions, and probably tomatoes. Actually, Yamato is the exact thing Sparta used to seal hell from Earth in the first place.
Vergil's sword-fighting prowess draws from his Dark Slayer fighting style, which emphasizes teleportation, lightning-quick movements, and even quicker slashes straight from the sheath. This technique is directly influenced by Ei Jutsu, the real-life Japanese art of the quick draw. And thanks to Vergil's demonic powers, he can attack so fast the blade seems invisible.
Yeah, the only thing better than fighting with one sword is fighting with 8. With Vergil's ghostly summoned swords, he can turn himself into a living Beyblade, fire them like a machine gun, or make it rain!
Blades may be Vergil's bread and butter, but if he needs to focus on brute strength, he switches to Beowulf.
He can charge up blink-of-an-eye punches and kicks that hit like a cement truck made of lead and KO some of the toughest demons in just a few hits. And hey, looks like he digs Street Fighter.
There's one more trick up Vergil's sleeve. Thanks to his demon blood, he can access a form known as Devil Trigger. And this mode amplifies everything.
His strength, speed, and healing all get a huge boost, making him several times deadlier than before. Plus, he just looks badass.
In his quest to become as powerful as his father, Vergil's abilities skyrocketed. He's taken down dozens of demons in the blink of an eye, and escaped an illusion from the sorcerer Arkham, which makes normal people go crazy.
But if anything's gonna show off what a son of Sparta can really do, it's pitting him against his bro. Sure, Vergil can easily avoid Dante's bullets, but why dodge them when you can spin your sword, line them all up, and fire them back? Like a boss.
In the same battle, they briefly created a 12-foot diameter open space in a heavy rainstorm with nothing but their sword swings. On average, storms can fill a cubic foot space with as many as 30 raindrops. So, Vergil and Dante must have destroyed 108,000 raindrops in less than a second.
If Vergil can swing his sword that fast, I bet he'd make a killing mowing lawns, or chopping meat at the deli, or giving haircuts, or doing that thing where he chops bad guys to pieces so fast they don't even realize they're dead yet. Like when he fought Beowulf. The monster, not the weapon. And then he punched him so hard he flew 55 feet up and hit the ceiling.
When comparing Beowulf's size to Vergil, he appears to be as large as an elephant. Given what's available, this seems like our best measure of Vergil's strength, but there is one issue. The Devil May Cry series makes frequent use of slow motion to depict the absurdity of these characters, and this could be a similar case.
So let's look at another slow-mo feat, the rainstorm fight.
At one point, the rain freezes in place for about 2.5 seconds, as Vergil and Dante keep moving, indicating a 14,500% speed increase in real time. Applying the same degree to the Beowulf punch gives us an acceleration speed of about 4,882 feet per second. With that in mind, we can apply our previous data to deduce the maximum height sans ceiling, and determine Vergil's striking strength to be nearly 720 million newtons of force.
That's a lot!
It matches Vergil's incredible toughness, too.
We already mentioned his super healing factor, but it's even more overpowered than you think. Vergil once got completely cut in half, but healed so fast that it's impossible to even notice.
And his regeneration ability can be worn down.
Yeah, that's how this weird jester guy beat him.
But it takes a lot to pull off, and Vergil can always just use Yamato to hop through dimensions to get away if he wants.
Sadly, Vergil never got to rule the demon realm like he wanted.
Instead, the Demon King Mundus permanently transformed Vergil into his puppet, irreversibly manipulating his mind in the process.
And then Dante kind of, exploded him. But 1 or 2 losses against someone who's basically goddamn Satan hardly makes him a weakling.
Hell and earth trembles before the power of Vergil.
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness. If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
When we set out to make bank with Mega Bowls, we didn't tread lightly. We jam-packed them full of hearty goodness, like
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But before we get to the bloody slicing and dicing, pick up some Blue Apron and slice and dice in your kitchen.
Blue Apron's goal is to make incredible home cooking accessible to anyone. And it can, because it's the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country.
With their easy-to-follow instructions, I whip me up a delicious meal in no time.
Blue Apron delivers fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door that can be cooked in under 45 minutes. The menu changes every week based on what's in season and is designed by Blue Apron's in-house culinary team.
You choose the plan that works best for you, whether you're making a meal for 2 people or your family of 4. There's tons of new recipes to choose from each week.
And if you want more than one, go for it. Depending on your plan, you can pick 2 to 4 meals from Blue Apron's delicious recipes every week.
Then there's my favorite, the wine plan, where you get 6 bottles of wine from renowned winemakers delivered monthly.
Blue Apron is treating Death Battle viewers to their first 3 meals with your first order if you visit blueapron.com/battle. That's a $30 value.
I've got dibs on the roasted chicken and maple butter with mashed sweet potato and collard greens.
Blue Apron sends only non-GMO ingredients and meat with no added hormones.
So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off with free shipping at blueapron.com/battle.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
One-winged devil.
You are powerful. I can see it.
Who are you?
Huh?
Your despair.
No, probably 0. Yeah, this is my second. Because I have a replacement.
Okay, you're strong.
Guys are here. One, say your name.
But are you fast enough?
Yeah.
Don't move.
I'll be up once I'm done watching my video. Yeah.
I suppose it can't be helped. They're fake.
Stop wasting my time.
I can see that. Well, I have like 3 minutes to go, but it doesn't say 5 minutes left. KO.
What is that? Supernova. I saw you could pierce the fabric of our dimension, so I cast an illusion to disguise this. Witness oblivion. So you are.
KO! Extra crispy.
These two were extremely powerful swordsmen, but Sephiroth's cunning and stronger abilities led to his victory.
Wait a minute, I thought the lore said Vergil's sword could cut through anything. Why didn't it cut through Sephiroth's sword?
Yamato was a unique weapon, but its legend clearly exaggerated. On multiple occasions, it's clashed with Dante's blade and even a common rocket launcher without cutting through either, and sometimes requires an exuberant amount of force to cut through tougher material. But let's discuss the real facts.
Like strength. So Vergil with Beowulf could do 720 million newtons, right? But there aren't a lot of good Sephi strength feats to compare.
First, let's compare Sephiroth to a fellow first-class member of the soldier fighting force, who had also been experimented on with Genova cells, Zack Fair.
Remember him? He's the knot cloud guy who fought that dragon.
At his peak, Zack could cut through a large metal door with one swing, seemingly with most of his strength. Given the size and width of the door, this feat's sheer strength comes out to 980 million newtons.
And Seph was way stronger than Zack. In fact, if we look at their strength stats when they fought that dragon, Sephiroth was 3.5 times stronger than Zack.
Putting Sephiroth's strength output at over 3 billion newtons. That's almost as much force as 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Strength isn't everything, though. Vergil was technically faster than Sephi, but Sephiroth has handled people of similar speeds before. Plus, Sephiroth could survive plenty of hits because his healing power is broken.
The capabilities of Vergil's healing factor was nearly unprecedented, but it had its limits. In contrast, Sephiroth's healing abilities were only limited by his pool of magic, which was unlimited.
Well, he also had to take some time to cast each healing spell, but that's why he distracted Vergil with his illusions.
We know Vergil was susceptible to illusionary and mental attacks, as it's happened to him multiple times and even led to his in-canon demise.
And Sephiroth's illusions could hide his ultimate technique. Yeah, Vergil's healing was pretty awesome, but it was never gonna hold up under an exploding sun to the face.
Vergil put up a good fight, but he couldn't match Sephiroth's superior strength, magic, and techniques.
Looks like this devil's cried for the last time.
The winner is Sephiroth.
Hey, I'm Chad, I play Boomsday.
I'm Ben, I play Wiz.
If you want to get the fight music for this episode of Death Battle, just click the link in the description and you can pick it up on iTunes.
You can get music from Thor vs. Wonder Woman, Naruto vs. Ichigo, a bunch of Death Battles.
And if you want exclusive commentary on this episode, then click that box right over there in the corner.
Thank you so much for joining us for Death Battle Season 4. We're excited to show you some awesome episodes next year in Season 5.
Alright, one more thing. Like I promised. Let's see, what was it again? Dante vs. Clive. Here we go. I'll be up. Okay. Got stuff to do. I'm just going to watch this.
When I saw this.
Still in the box. It's like the exact same one my mom wore.
You can feel the luxury.
So then, I roll up in this.
Alright, I'll be up there. Well, I'll see you guys later. End stream.